Thank
How are you today?
you. Well done.
You're welcome to Lawiza Creations.
Nice place.
These are showroom.
Okay.
We do a lot of ready to wear.
Okay. I can see that you do a lot of the African fabrics.
Yes.
Okay.
This coming. This is my office. Let me take you upstairs. Oh, wait, we have the store here.
Okay.
That's the store. That's another entrance.
It's fine. It's okay.
We have the school and we have a fashion school and then the factory. That's what we have upstairs. We used to go with this.
Okay. He's been doing this for how long?
About 18 years now.
18 years.
Yes. This is the training school.
Okay. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. How are you?
Students are not yet paid.
Some of them are having some classes for children.
Oh.
You have a classroom there.
Okay. She like the lemon.
Green is my best color.
Okay, great.
So I do a lot of green stuff. Lecture room.
Okay.
They're cutting and then they do their lectures.
Introduce.
This is Miriam. Miriam, say good morning. Good morning. This is another Miriam. This is Emmanuel. This is our favorite big sis. How's you okay? Good morning. Miriam has been with me for like 10 years now. She's also one of our favorite.
What did you
We were using about 10 classes.
These are another place.
Yeah, we're using the whole offset and the downstairs.
So it's slightly bigger.
Yes. We were able to fit into this place,
Okay.
so I don't see it as big
That's bigger. Okay.
because the showroom here is bigger.
Yeah, that's
Let me start by thanking you for granting us this interview. I'd like to know how
you coped with the lockdown in March and how that affected or not affected your fashion business.
Well, during the lockdown, I had to tell all my tailors to stay away. And we do a lot of ready to wear, so we had a lot of stock in store.
Okay.
So we stopped work for like 2 months. That's
March,
April, May.
April, okay.
April, May. Because March we stopped work end of March. So then we were selling online. Lots of people were still buying bit by bit. It wasn't business as usual.
Yeah.
They bought bits, and then later I had to tell some of my staff to come in. I prioritized and and I chose the ones that could multitask.
Okay.
So we were doing skeletal job.
Okay. Tell us about the new place that you're opening the next few days, Lawiza House. What are the various facilities there, and what services would you be offering at the place?
Well, Lawiza House has the showroom where we do our ready to wear. We have a lot of stock. We have all sizes of clothing, cater for people that want to go to parties and you don't want to go to tailor to sew anything. You can just come walk into our store and just pick up and just go. And then we also have the school. We have the fashion school, which has been in existence for the past about 12-13 years.
Yeah.
We've churned out a lot of designers that are doing very well in their own right. Then we have the factory. In the factory we have the finishing parts, the stoning, the accessorizing of clothing. Then we have the tailors. We have the sewing room.
Okay. Lawiza Christian is like how old now?
About 18 years.
Yes. Okay. What was the idea at that time when you set it up?
I just wanted to do something that has to do with service.
Okay.
I started as a banker. Then I started selling groceries. I was fed up with that, and then I moved into selling jewelry. I sold gold and all that. Then I wanted something that has to do with service. That I will render service to people and then they pay. So I thought about doing hairdressing, and because I didn't have the passion for it, so I just left it and I went into the sewing part of business.
Okay.
I started from a very humble, from a very little way.
Okay.
I was just like, I started with one tailor, one machine. The machine was about 15,000 naira.
Okay.
And I had 3 threads, which was like 15 naira. And I had a space. We started in Olowu. I had a shop there where I was selling my wholesale groceries and everything. So I changed it into a factory. So we're working from there. Then I started employing more tailors. They made clothes for me and I wear, and people will see and tell me that, oh, I like what you're wearing. I'll tell them that's what I do. And then that's how we were able to get customers from family and friends.
Okay. So you were not scared at that time that, oh, would it work? Would it not work? Did you have those fears?
I wasn't scared because I know that it's something I'm very, very passionate about. When I was in school, when I was in uni, I was one of the fashionistas in my school. So, but as at that time, I used to go to my tailors and design what I want. So I know that if I go into that kind of business, I would thrive in it because it won't be something that is out of place.
So one lesson I've learned from you is once you go into any business that you have passion for, I don't know if that's one of the things you would advise.
Yes,
Okay.
because like the fashion business has a lot of challenges. So if you are not passionate about it, you will probably just leave it and just go. Are you talking about the tailors? You're talking about the power. You're talking about customers and all that. If you have passion for it, you'll be able to stay on even when the times are very hard.
Was there any time you felt like quitting or felt like because of the stress and all that?
Oh, a lot of times. There was a time that I had a shop on Adegunwa on the road, the whole floor, and everything was fine until the owner of the building died, and then the children wanted to sell the building. I didn't have any money to rent another place, talk less of buying the building. So what I did was, well, it's my passion. I don't have anything else that I want to do. So I moved my factory back to my boys' quarters in my house.
Okay.
And we started operating from there. From there, we got a small shop outside Magodo Gate. From there, we got another flat inside Magodo Gate, inside my Godo, and we moved the tailors from my boys' quarters to the place, and we're sewing there and displaying outside.
Okay.
Then later, we got another space in that building. We moved the showroom from outside to inside the
So you had to
building.
move.
Yeah, it's in stages. Then we found out that the two flats was too small for us. We got another flat, so we're using like 3 flats there. One for the showroom, one for the school, and one for the factory.
Okay. Why did you set up the school? What made you go into the training aspect?
I actually went to Nobel Afrique.
Okay.
I trained under Nobel, Prince Ade. So, and I thought about doing something that would empower a lot of women, because I know a lot of women are out there, they don't know what to do, they're just housewives, and we all need to be able to contribute to the livelihood of the family.
Okay. In the last 18 years, I know you've churned out so many designers. Can you give an estimate of how many students you've trained?
Well, being modest, I would say maybe up to like 150, 200. Yeah, if not more, because I can't count.
Okay. What does it make you feel when you look back and you see those you've trained also doing well in their...
I'm always very, very happy, because a lot of them are doing very well. Some have their own schools, some are just designers, and they're doing very well in their own field.
I've also noticed that since you came into the industry, fashion has evolved over time and all that, and like the beautiful outfit you're wearing now, one can see the changes in it in terms of, in those days it would have just been ordinary Ankara, but now you have it stoned and you have it embellished and all that. How do you see the various changes that fashion has been going through the last 18 years?
In the last 18 years, fashion has really evolved. We Nigerians are very, very fashionable. We set the trend.
But I always ask one question. What explains the fact that the Nigerian woman is extremely fashionable? I've done my research and I've realized that there's no comparison in the continent, and I'm wondering what explains it. An average woman
An average Nigerian woman knows what she wants.
Okay.
She wants to go out and stand out and be noticed.
Okay.
And we know how to put everything together. So Nigerian women are one of the trendsetters in the whole world.
What explains it?
Well, maybe because we don't just we do our own thing.
Okay.
We set the trend. So we a lot of other African countries come after us. So we are pace setters. So we have to be on top of our game.
Okay. Let's talk about your love for fabrics. Which are the fabrics that you play around with a lot?
I do a lot of Ankara.
Okay.
I
Why?
love the African print. I stock a lot of them. Once I go out, I go to the market, I buy up to like 50, 100 at the same time and just stock it. Sometimes I don't know what I want to do with them. I just stock it in my store, and then when I want to do any design, I just go into my store, sit down there, and look at what's good, what I can put together. My style is contemporary.
Okay.
I do a lot of African infused with the Western designs. Like what I'm wearing now,
Yeah.
it's a jacket.
Okay.
It has
So how do you get the inspiration? How do you get inspired when you see fabrics and you know what to do with it?
mere looking at the fabric gives me inspiration. The colors, the designs on it gives me inspiration, and then I just want to do something that is different. I just want to be different.
You've done this now for 19 years. So how does it make
18
you feel?
years.
19?
18.
18, okay. How does it make you feel?
I'm very, very happy because I've stayed on it, I've learned from it, I've gone through all sorts with it, and I have been able to stay strong.
So what advice would you give ladies out there who want to come into fashion, want to follow their passion for what they like doing and all that?
My advice to women is that whatever you want to do, make sure you know about it. Because a lot of people go into fashion without me. I went into fashion without learning anything, and on the job I went to learn from Nobel.
Yep.
So if you want to do fashion, you have to know something about it. You can't depend on your tailors to do everything for you. You should, if you're not a designer, you can either be the cutter or you sew. You can't do everything. So you have to be good at something, and then you have to be good at something, and then you
Influence of social media on the fashion industry, has it helped? How has it affected the fashion industry?
social media has been a blessing to us. It has made us to be able to showcase what we have. You sell to people that you don't even know from all over the world. People buy your designs, people know about you, people patronize you based on what they can see you display on social media. It has really, really helped. And then there are a lot of courses that you can do online to improve yourself in the fashion industry. So it has really, really impacted on the fashion industry.